Good afternoon. Hi, this is a special story time for the students at Burr Elementary. Your teacher had asked me if I could do a special story time for you. I was supposed to come to your school to visit you, but unfortunately, all the schools are closed and the library is closed. So I am doing a story time for you by video. And after the story, then I'm going to tell you how you can make a simple craft that goes along with the story I chose today. The story I chose for you today is called Little Cloud by Eric Carle. Little Cloud by Eric Carle. The clouds drifted slowly across the sky. Little Cloud trailed behind. The clouds pushed upward and away. Little Cloud pushed downward and touched the tops of the houses and trees. The clouds moved out of sight. Little Cloud changed into a giant cloud. Little Cloud changed into a sheep. Sheep and clouds sometimes look alike. Little Cloud changed into an airplane. Little Cloud often saw airplanes flying through the clouds. Little Cloud changed into a shark. Little Cloud once saw a shark through the waves of the ocean. Little Cloud changed into two trees. Little Cloud liked the way trees never moved and stayed in one place. Little Cloud changed into a rabbit. Little Cloud loved to watch rabbits dash across the meadows. Then Little Cloud changed into a hat because Little Cloud changed into a clown and needed a hat. The other clouds drifted back. They huddled close together. Little Cloud, they called. Come back. Little Cloud drifted toward the clouds. Then all the clouds changed into one big cloud and rained. The end. I hope everyone enjoyed the story, Little Cloud by Eric Carle. And as I promised, I do have a craft that you should be able to make at home with some simple craft supplies. That is a cloud craft. Let me set my book down and show you what you need for the craft. For the craft, you can make the craft with all sorts of different craft materials. What you would typically use would be a piece of white paper and a piece of blue paper. Not everyone has colored sheets of paper at home. If you don't have colored paper at home, then you can make your color blue by using a crayon. You can use pens. You can use a marker. So don't worry if you don't have blue paper at home. You can still do the craft. You just need 2 sheets of white paper. What you will do is first, if your paper is not blue, make it blue. So let me use my crayon, and I'm just gonna crayon, draw. I'm just kind of scribbling along my piece of paper, one of my white sheets of paper, so that my sheet of paper is going to be look like it's a blue sheet instead of looking like it's a white sheet of paper. So I'm doing kind of a sloppy job. I'm trying to be fast because we have the video that we're doing. So this is now my blue sheet of paper. The white sheet of paper, this is the main sheet of paper that I'm concerned with. It can be lined paper, you can ignore the lines in it. If you have plain paper, that would be best, but lined paper is absolutely fine. What we're going to do, instead of using things like scissors, we are actually going to use just our hands for this craft. And we're going to tear the piece of paper, we're going to tear it and make it look like a shape, kind of like the shapes from the cloud in this cloud shape, like in the story. So I'm going to start ripping my paper. And if you want, you can have a particular design in mind that you want your cloud shape to be, or you can just kind of tear paper and see what it ends up looking like. So I'm going to tear some of my paper So go one direction, the other direction. This one kind of looks like, if it was an elephant, it kind of looks like an elephant trunk. I'm gonna keep tearing though and see what other things I can come up with. So I'm gonna tear this way. I'm gonna tear like this. That looks now like a turkey drumstick. So I could call it a turkey drumstick. But actually, you know what? I'm going to tear, I have an idea. I'm going to tear a little bit from the bottom. And I'm going to make it curved like this. Turn it upside down. And now, to me, it looks a little bit like an ice cream cone. An ice cream cone with vanilla ice cream in the very top. It's not super round at the top. If I want, I can leave it like this. I can try and tear away to make it more of a rounded shape. Or I can take one of my big scraps, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a big scrap and I'm going to try and tear a circle. Now I'm tearing the paper because if you look at a cloud, I've never seen a cloud that has straight lines in it. The lines, not lines, but the edges of the cloud are always a little bit jagged looking. So that's why we're not doing scissors for this craft, because we don't see jagged clouds with straight lines like scissors cut. So this is my circle, which is not a perfect circle, but clouds aren't perfect looking. So this is a circle that I'm going to use for my ice cream cone. So I have got a bottom and a top. And my blue sheet of paper, this represents the blue sky. I'm going to take now, you can use either, if you have liquid glue, you can use that. You could use a glue stick. You could use tape. Whatever you have that you can fasten your sheets of paper onto the blue sheet of paper so it will look like a cloud in the sky. In this case, I'm going to use my glue stick. So I'm going to take my glue stick and take my cloud shape, my cone, and I'm going to put glue on the back of my cone, and I'm going to put that onto my blue paper. So I've got that on my blue paper, so I have my cone. I now need to put my scoop of ice cream, vanilla ice cream, very yummy and delicious. I'm now going to put some glue on the back of that shape. So that's on the back of my circle shape. Like I said, it's okay if it's not a perfect circle. And I'm going to put that on the top of the cloud shape. And I'm looking at my piece of blue paper now. It's not quite as blue as what I'd like it. So now I can go back with my crayon, or like I said, if you don't have a crayon, or if you'd like to use, you can use pens, you can use a marker. I think the crayon is the easiest to use. So I'm going to color a little bit more blue around the edges of my cloud shape, so that way the white of the cloud stands out a little bit more against the blue. Like I said, if you have blue paper, you can skip this part. You can just glue this right onto some blue paper, but not everyone has blue paper at home. You could use copy paper, you can use construction paper, whatever you have available. But if you don't have anything available, actually, if you have a printer, check with mom and dad. They could always maybe print you a sheet of paper and just make it all blue in color, but that uses up a lot of colorful ink. So check with mom and dad and make sure that's okay before you were to do something like that. So I'm almost done with coloring the rest of my sheet of paper blue. And I will hold it up in a moment to show you what my sheets look like. And this was just regular loose leaf paper. It doesn't have to be anything special. If I had paper with no lines, it probably would look a little bit nicer, but I still think that it looks perfectly fine like this. So I've got my ice cream cone. Not something to eat, not an edible craft today, but maybe you can make some something that looks like clouds. Maybe ask if you can have mashed potatoes for dinner and make some cloud shapes with your mashed potatoes. Different silly things like that. So that is the craft that I wanted to share with you today. I hope that everybody is staying safe. I hope everyone is staying healthy. And I hope that I will see you all again soon at the library. I hope that everyone has, if you're not going back to school, I hope you're not missing your friends too much. And I hope everyone has a good summer. We'll see you at the library, hopefully later in the summer. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye. One final thing to tell students about at Burr Elementary and students anywhere is that you can go to the Sterling Heights Public Library's Facebook page and you can see videos that have other story times. Some of them have craft suggestions. There may be dance videos. There are things for adults too that you can look at different videos online. To go to the library's website, the web address is www.shpl.net. That's www and then SHPL stands for Sterling Heights Public Library.net, and you can see some of the other stories that we've done. I just did recently my very own octopus, and with that story I also have an edible craft and a craft making an octopus out of a toilet paper roll. So some other fun things to check out while everyone's out of school. Hope you check us out. Bye-bye.